today's time for discussing a case study. Okay, so because we are very aware that what are disaster, what could be the disaster's risk, and how we can reduce the risk also. So, recently also we had a discussion on disaster risk reduction also. Yes, so I have given you a problem statement to do that. Is there any progress? Yes. Okay, so you are doing it. So I hope that by doing our next class, I hope the solution we will get. Okay. So today let us have a case study discussion. Okay, because we have already seen what are disasters, how could the disaster behave. So now we can see how the disaster could be assessed. So every disaster will cause certain damages, right? If the magnitude of the earthquake is less also, when there are too many number of living beings, obviously the damage caused to the living being is very high. So what matters is the damage that is going to be happened. So here we will take up certain scenarios and discuss on case studies how we can access the disaster damage assessment. Can you all do that? Yes, over to you.
So first one is a notable example of disaster damage assessment is cyclone. So first one is a notable example of disaster damage assessment is cyclone Amphan in India and Bangladesh. It happened in May 2020. This super cyclone caused massive destruction along the Bay of Bengal, affecting millions. Governments and international agencies carried out a rapid damage assessment within days of landfall. They used satellite imagery, drones and GIS mapping to estimate losses in housing, agriculture, forest and power infrastructure. Teams conducted on-ground surveys to validate data, especially in remote villages of West Bengal and coastal Bangladesh. Findings revealed that over 2.8 million houses were damaged, crops were ruined on thousands of hectares, and electricity networks were severely hit. Economic losses were valued at more than $13 billion. The assessment enabled quick relief planning and helped prioritize rebuilding embankments, homes and livelihoods, showing how modern technology and local coordination improve post-disaster response.
Yes. So here she has quoted cyclone that has affected at the Bay of Bengal along with Bangladesh area and ourselves. So what they have done is they have used the recent technologies as we have discussed before, like GIS monitoring, drones and everything, and they have come to a solution that these are the damages that has occurred. Okay, so this is a very good example how we can access it. Okay, is there anything else?
Let me explain 2015 Nepal earthquake. 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck in Nepal on 25th April. So around 9,000 people lost their lives and more than 22,000 were injured. Over 6 lakh houses were destroyed and many cultural street collapsed. The total economic losses was estimated at nearly $10 billion, which is about half of Nepal GDP. So I am going to talk about the disaster damage assessment. The assessment is very important because it helps government and organizations plan relief, recovery and future preventive measures. Thank you.
Okay, so he has discussed on Nepal earthquake. So what they have done is they have collected the data because they haven't used the recent technologies like GIS monitoring. The damage assessment took up a very bigger while. So that's what he has explained here. So now itself we can compare it and we can know that if we use the recent technologies it would be better. Is there anything you'd like to add here?
Yes, ma'am. So I'm going to tell about the Kerala flood 2018. So in August 2018, Kerala faced one of the worst floods in the country. More than 400 lives were lost and lakhs of people were displaced. Assessing the scale of damage was a major challenge for the government and the relief agencies. Here, GIS and information technology played a key role. Satellite images from ISRO were used to identify submerged areas and map of the extent of flooding. So mobile applications and social media reports were integrated into IT platforms to mark stranded people and prioritize the rescue operations. This rapid assessment helped in allocating boats, helicopters and relief materials effectively. So within weeks, the government had a clear picture of crop losses, damaged houses and public infrastructure. This data-driven damage assessment not cooperation but also improved future disaster planning.
Yes, this is a very good thought here because we were always trying to map it or monitor it. We didn't try to recover them. Yes, so the recovery time was very higher. So what they have done there is they have started to identify wherever they are by using mobile platforms. So everyone is going to have 3 mobiles. So obviously they can point out them, mark them, and they can collect the data that are necessary. So that is why the recovery time that has happened to respond to the disaster was very less while compared to that of the other disasters. Okay. So anything else?
I mean, 2015, in November, December 2015, continuously heavy rainfall caused served flooding in Chennai and adjoining districts. Impact is over 400 lives lost, nearly 20 lakh people displaced, damage estimated at 50,000 crore. Infrastructure, houses, agriculture lands and industries also. Damage assessments, rapid assessment was done using satellite images, ISRO and NRSC. GIS and remote sensing used to map in inundated areas. Ground surveys by district officials verified losses in house, crops and livestock. Insurance claims and government relief distribution were based on this data. This outcome is helped out our government prioritize rescue and relief operations, provide baseline for rehabilitation packages and for future urban flood management plans.
Yes. So here he has quoted the recent flood that has occurred at Chennai. So the main drawback over there is no enough good space. That is, most of the spaces that is occupied by us has been under river areas. Yes. So obviously the pathway for the water to go out has been blocked away, and also all the water has stopped over there itself. So what happened there in the sense, most of the NGOs has been tied up with our SDMA. SDMA is nothing but what is it? It is what it is? State Development Disaster Management Authority. Okay. So SDMA has been headed by our Chief Ministers. Obviously, you guys can see wherever there is going to be disaster, Chief Minister will go there and verify the scenarios. So here they have taken a charge in order to reduce the blockages. So obviously after that disaster which he has mentioned, recently also they have been suffered, but not as before, because they have taken up measures to avoid them. So this is learning that has come from our suffering. So that's it. So obviously this is how we have to plan ourselves, right? Is there anything else or any case studies?
In 2011, Japan, an earthquake and subsequent tsunami has been happened. There are many losses in loss of life. Disaster can result in significant losses in human life. Disaster can cause destroy the buildings, roads, bridges, and other critical infrastructures. Disaster.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.